What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. Excuse me. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly appreciated. Big win for them boys on a back-to-back, sweeping the Toronto Raptors, winning tonight 121-115. Disc Rover. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys. The captain, 28 points, 5 assists. And the big cat, flexing his muscle, 27 points and 20 rebounds. Great game for them boys. Great game for them boys. Listen, man, look. Tough one. Tough one tonight. Big task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live tonight. Tough one tonight. It was pretty much an easy game. But what I got from this team is that, you know what, they were kind of sleepwalking. It's a back-to-back gravity. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-115, sweeping the season series with Toronto. The captain, 28 points, 5 assists. Namrit, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-115. The big cat, 27 points, 20 boards. I thought tonight they were sleepwalking. And what I mean by that is they knew this team was shorthanded. They knew they were better than this team. They were up on them early. They got up to 23 points, and I think they wanted to cruise control. They wanted to cruise control. They would think about these next 3 days off before they get back on Saturday. And that's what I think they were focused on, and that's what allowed that team to get back in the game. This team is on a back-to-back. They flew in to Toronto right after the game last night. And they got into Toronto, like they said, at 2 a.m. this morning. 2 a.m. So you know them boys were dead tired, man. And so that's what I saw in the second half. I saw a team that was pretty tired. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. Big win for them boys, 121-115. The big cat, 27 points, 20 rebounds. So that's why I think they allowed them to get back in the game. And then, you know, Toronto started picking up the pace, started throwing out those young guys, and they were being really scrappy, knocking down shots too. I thought that guy Sneed was really good, man. Change of pace guy. We didn't see IQ like in the second half. I don't know what's going on with that, but Sneed, Grady, I'm not gonna say his name. You know what I'm talking about. And then one kid, Adebayo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was pretty good too. Delay. Why? What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. It's my first time seeing you coming through rocking with me on my channel, man. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, man. Deli IY. Trying to pronounce it, man. I don't want to butcher your name. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. But I truly appreciate you. Big win for them boys, 121-115. So that's what I saw in the second half. And so these guys are looking forward to these 3 days off, man. Back to back. Dalali. I appreciate that. All right, Dalali, I got you. But it was the captain, man. Scored the last 5 points of the game. Then another dagger from that right corner right there. Bang, bang. You listen, he's cold, ain't he? Cold-blooded. You think you close. You think you got it. And here he come. He lights you up with a 3. Bang. Rips your heart out. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-115. The big cat, 27 points, 20 rebounds. The captain, man. Another dagger tonight, man. Another one. I mean, look, man. I mean, this is starting to become a regular thing, man. It's a regular thing with him. And look, you know, we've seen this before. Where we have. I said this last night. But back-to-back nights, man, I mean, this is like kind of like, you know, we're kind of getting spoiled here with this guy. He's that good. Big-time shot for him. But listen, guys, he played well. But to me, man, I thought Towns had the night, man. I thought Towns was the man tonight. Look at those numbers, 27 and 20. The return on him, listen, he didn't play great last game. He knows that. And I think Towns went out to send a message to anybody down in that Baja, Jacoporto or whoever. Got busy in that Baja, man. Towns was a man amongst boys tonight, 27-20. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Big win for them boys, 121-115. The captain, 28 points, 5 assists. But I thought the big cat stepped it up tonight, man. He stepped it up tonight, and I thought he played really, really well. And I thought that you saw he was excuse me. You saw he was very focused on really dominating tonight. He knew he played a tough game last night. Towns knows why he's here, man. He knows why he's here. He's here to dominate. And so I think when he has an off game like what he had last night, I think that he takes it personal. And I thought tonight Toronto had to deal with his how can I say? I don't want to say his attitude. I can think of a better word. He had to deal with his ferocity, let's say that, of Towns. Because he was like a man amongst boys down there in that bar, man. He was really dominating, and that was good to see from him. Also, two men who also had a great night, man. Precious Achiuwa, man. He got fouled out, but I thought he had great minutes as well. 17 big points for him. His numbers were fabulous tonight, man. Thought Precious was really, really good. I thought he was active as usual. And the beauty with him is that, he doesn't need the ball to be, successful, right? He can pretty much make it happen however he can. But his stat line was great. 17 points for him, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. The Precious got busy in that Baja tonight also. Like I told you guys, listen, I think he's better at the 4. Listen, he could play the 5, but he's better at the 4, man. You got to love him. You got to love him at that 4, man, because he gets active down there. Great defensively, moves his feet, plays really, really well. So I thought Precious was fabulous. Mikal Bridges played extremely well again tonight. Another 17 points for him. He came over with big buckets as usual. Thought he played great defense as well. So him and Precious together played extremely, extremely well. Though Josh Hart came on late in that third and fourth quarter. Of course, being Josh Hart coming up with key rebounds, key steals, key shots. Josh Hart being Josh Hart, right? Let's call him the closer tonight. Him and Brunson tonight. Josh Hart, great numbers, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 1 steal. Josh Hart being Josh Hart. What about Precious Achiuwa, guys? Listen, this is what we've been asking for. See, not Precious Achiuwa, excuse me. Ariel Okaporte. See? LV got caught up. What about Okaporte, man? This is what we've been asking for. On a back-to-back, he bounces back, played really, really well tonight. 6 points for him. I believe he had 3 boards. I'm bugging. 6 points, 5 boards for Okaporte, and 2 assists. I thought he was great tonight, man. I thought he was active. Knicks 100 GM, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-115. The big cat, 27 points, 20 rebounds. But it was great to see Okaporte, man. See, this frustrates me because we could have seen this a long time ago, right? Listen, he played extremely well, man, but we all knew this already with this guy. He showed us glimpses. I said this last night. So I'm not surprised that he's doing what he's doing. I'm really not. I'm actually really, really happy. But it was a great showing for him. I thought he was fantastic. Let's take a look here, guys. Look at the field goal percentage. They shot 52% from the field. We shot 50. Look at what we shot from 3. Not good again at all from 3. 8 for 25. They shot 11 for 29. Free throws, 19 for 23. They were 18 for 19. But look at the boards, guys. We did better on the boards, of course, because of Big Cat, right? He had 20 of those. 43 to 34. We out-rebounded them. Offensive rebounds. Look at that, guys. 17 to 10. I think that's also a big part of Big Cat. But second chance points, 24 to 5. And to me, that's the ball game. That's the ball game. But that's Precious. That's Okaporte. That's Josh Hart. Of course, that's Big Cat. Getting in there, getting scrappy, getting those second chance points. And to me, that's the ball game. And so I thought we were exceptional tonight, man. I thought we were. Listen, you know, you're gonna have games like this sometimes. You're gonna have games, especially on the back-to-back. This Rover. What are you talking about? He's going to bait the Big Mermaid. I saw that man play very well tonight. That was big. That was big for him, man. He's played really, really well. But listen, man, look. You got to find ways to get victories, right? Excuse me. Yes, LV tonight. Late night. Sorry. You got to find a way to get victories, no matter how you do it. Sometimes it's going to be blowouts. Sometimes it's going to be, I don't want to say scrappy wins, but however you want to call it. I'll say scrappy. We'll say that. Scrappy wins, grimy wins, whatever you want to call it. Because it's going to be like that sometimes, especially in the playoffs. So you got to know how to win those games. LV, man. So I think that's really, really important in showing exactly how we're able to pull out big wins like that, especially last night and tonight. And so it's showing the character of this team. And once again, I said this before on my live, and I'm going to say it again. Guys, remember, games like this last year, last year, games like this at the beginning of the season, we were losing. We were losing these games. Now we're winning these games. We're learning how to win. But most importantly, our star players are stepping up. Brunson stepped up last night. He stepped up again today with the help of the supporting cast and with the help with the big cat. 27 big points for him and 20 rebounds. So I thought it was great, man. I thought it was great. I thought it was a fabulous win tonight. Much needed and getting forward. I'm sure these guys are looking forward to these 3 days off because they need it. And I think it's a great preparation to get ready for Boston. Because us being down OG Anunoby hurts. It really, really does. And Boston looked good tonight. They beat Cleveland. So Boston looks like they're starting to kind of get their legs again. So, that's going to be tough Saturday. And they got everybody back. So we don't have OG Anunoby. We don't have Mitch. So that's going to be tough. Atlantic Line, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-115. Mikal Bridges, 17 big points tonight. And so, so once again, I thought that this was a great win, man. I thought this was a way that even though you kind of had to scrap it out in the end, it happens like that in this league. It happens like that, especially coming off of a back-to-back. The Knicks are learning how to win these games and learning how to beat teams like this. And in order to get in that upper echelon with the legit teams in this league, OKC, of course, Boston, of course, Cleveland now, you gotta win these games, man. You got to win these games and keep the pace up because you see, like slowly but surely, right? You see Indiana's coming, right? They're number 4 in the rankings right now. We're number 3. They're number 4. They just jumped Milwaukee, so they're starting to get their legs also. So we got to keep this rolling, man, because teams are starting to breathe down our neck that are starting to get their rhythm at the perfect time. So we got to make sure that we're pretty much continuing to win games, continuing to stack victories, continuing to get better each game, learn how to win each game because every game is going to be different. Learn how to get victories, learn how to pull those wins out because that's how it's going to be in the playoffs, guys. You got to learn how to win in many different ways. That's the key with this team. And through that can take us really, really far. Let's listen to the captain, man. Let's see what the captain had to say. Another great night for him.
28-5 with that big three. Went into the hoop just a couple of moments ago.
Thank God. We shouldn't have let it get to that point, but you got to give them credit. They don't quit no matter who's on the floor, who's in the lineup for them. It's how they've been with their new coach. I got a lot of respect for them. I'm just happy we came away with a win, honestly. A win's a win. We'll learn from it and move forward from it, but damn.
I thought it was good perseverance by you, Captain. Looked like you were a little fatigued there a couple of times. The legs didn't respond. But when the game was on the line, you rose to the occasion.
Yeah, couple threes. Damn, voice. I gotta get all of these voice cracks. Couple threes didn't go in the third or throughout the game, but found a way to muster enough strength to get in when we needed it. So I'm happy it went in.
From your perspective, Jalen, how about the minutes that Ariel Hukporti gave you guys off the bench tonight?
That's 2 in a row from him. Big time stuff. He's been ready to go. no matter when his number is called or is not. Now he has the same mindset and the same everything every single day. I got a lot of respect for what he's been able to do, and we're very happy for him the way he's impacted the game.
All right, thanks, Jalen. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Great breakdown by the captain. Great breakdown by him. I love the fact that he talked about Acapulco there, man. I love that because, we're going to need everybody. We're going to need everybody to win these games, and I love the fact that they gave that kid, his flowers, man, because I think he's been working really, really hard to try to get some playing time. And I think that Tibbs, because he's kind of under the gun because of the OG Anunoby injury, is forced to play this kid. And I think also, too, they think about possibly probably moving off of Sims, so that's why they ain't got Sims out there. But I think it's important, man, that this kid gets minutes. I think he's a solid ball player, man. He showed it tonight. He was giving Scotty Barnes problems, man. Scotty Barnes didn't want to deal with the kid. He was blocking his shot. He was making it really difficult for him. He was giving him a lot of problems, man. Scotty Barnes was having a hard time scoring on that kid. So you got to love the activity of him, man. You got to. Corey Linda says, LV, man, the OG injury was the best news to hear and too close to call. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Totally agree with that. But the captain, once again, with big-time buckets, that's what you do when you're the man. Big-time buckets for him. I thought it was huge tonight how well he played. Knicks 100 GM, here we go. We ain't beating the Pacers with this team. Why not? Why not? The Pacers aren't world beaters, man. They're not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, of course we need OG Anunoby. We know that. But why aren't we beating the Pacers? Why? Mitch is coming back, man. He's right around the corner. So I'm not worried about the Pacers. I'm not worried about anybody, honestly, except Boston and Cleveland. I'm not worried about anybody. The only team, honestly, in the East that gives me a little, makes me a little nervous is Orlando because of the size. That's the only team that worries me. But with Mitch coming back, I think that balances things out. Knicks 100 GM said the Pistons will give us all kinds of problems in a 7-game series. Pistons are tough. I like what they do, but also too, man, with Mitch coming back, that changes a lot of different things, man. It truly does. So I'm not too worried about that because Mitch has the size, man. He has the size, and he's a monster in that bar as far as blocking shots. And then if you saw what they did tonight, which I've been talking about, right, guys? You heard it here first on this show. I said, why don't you put Acapulco at the 5 and put Towns at the 4? I've been saying that for the longest. They did it tonight, and look how well they looked. And they talked about it on the postgame, too. They talked about it. Wally talked about it. He said, yo, man, he said, look at the size out there. I've been saying this on my show for the longest. So that's what they're going to do with Mitch. They're going to put Mitch at the 4, at the 5, and put Towns at the 5. Now, I'm just saying in certain matchups, they're going to do that. But this is great because you can, once again, I said it before, right? I said, look at the lineup you can do. You could do Mitch, Towns. OG Anunoby can play this right position at the 3 because that's really what he is. He's not a 4. He's really a 3. Bridges is really a 2 that can play the 3, but he's a 2. And you have Brunson at the top of the key. You got to love that lineup. And then you can mix and match. You could take OG Anunoby out. You could put Bridges at 3, then Josh Hart at the 2. I'm just speaking of different lineups you can use. And with Towns and Big and of course, Big Mitch down in that Baja. So I would love to see that. Here we go. Knicks 100 GM. You're delusional. Maybe. Ain't no way we beating them Pacers. Pacers are the Pacers defending champs or they got swept? They got swept, right? Okay. I like to ask questions because sometimes I'm not sure. I need some people to remind me. Gravity says, remember in the start of the season, people were saying this was Cat's team. Now we all see clear who team it especially is when it's winning time. Well, Gravity, we already knew that. We already knew that. I mean, I know people were saying that because, of course, he was putting up numbers. But I told you, listen, I said it here on this show. I said it could never be Cat's team. I said because we haven't seen Cat in the big moments. We've seen this guy in big moments. We've seen him in the huge moments come up with big time plays. We've seen it. We've seen it. So that's why, to me, I never said it was his. It was his team. I always said it was Brunson's team. It's always Brunson's team. It still is. He's the captain. And he comes up with big plays. And this is what he does. The stuff he's doing now, you know when he does it? He does it in the playoffs. He's been doing this, man. So I'm not worried at all about what he's going to do when it comes down to winning time, as you say, Gravity. I'm not worried about him. I'm really not. I know what he's going to do. The big cat, we're not sure yet. And that's not saying he's not, because look how he bounced back tonight, guys. 27-20. So that's big for him, right? So now, can that translate to the playoffs? We got to see. Because there's no place like New York City in the playoff time. You know that. The Garden is different. The Garden is different. The loudness, the decibels, all that stuff is different. The lights are heavier. They feel brighter. They feel like hot lava on your neck in the playoffs. That's how it is, man. Certain guys thrive underneath that, or they fold up like tissue paper. The captain has thrived in it, man. He lives in it. He loves it. So we got to see how Towns does. That's it. Look at Knicks 100 GM. It's still Cat's team. Look at Knicks 100 GM. Let it be known. I feel you, son. I feel your pain. I feel your anger. Let it go. I feel you. Let's rock. You take Cat away from this team for a few weeks, and Brunson will fail. Brunson will fail. Hear that? Hear that from Knicks 100 GM? He said, you take Cat off the team, Brunson will fail. Eddie Kofi, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-115. The captain, 28 points, 5 assists. He said, you take Cat away from this team for a few weeks, and Brunson will fail. You hear that? Knicks 100 GM. Always coming through with the heat. Jay Supreme says, LV, man, someone in here sounds like dude last season I used to be in the chat with negative. Listen, man, look, Coach said that's not him, man. You missed it, Jay Supreme. We said his name. We said his name, but Coach said that's not him. That's what Coach said. Coach ain't here right now. Look at Gravity. Gravity's giving it away. Gravity, hold it down, Gravity. Gravity, hold it down. Hold it down for LV. Hold it down right now. Coach said that's not him. So we got to take his word for it. But much love to Knicks 100 GM, man. But we got to hold it down, OJ Supreme. You know what I mean? Let's not make it hot. Okay. Gravity says Brunson killed them the same 3 he killed the Rockets with. Yo, that right that corner, man. Joey DeLuca, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew. It's my first time seeing you, sir, come through rocking with me and my crew, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, Joey DeLuca, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight. Big win for the boys, 121-115. The captain, 28 points, 5 assists. Joey DeLuca in here rocking with the crew. Okay. Eddie Kofi says this team lacks killer instincts. You know what, Eddie? I wouldn't say that, man. I wouldn't say that. You gotta understand that they're on a back-to-back, man. They flew in to Toronto last night. They got in there. They got into Toronto 2 a.m. 2 a.m. So after a ball fight they had last night with the Rockets, they had to come back out here, stitch up the stitches, fix your eye jammy, fix your knuckles, and get ready for another rock fight. And the Knicks had this in the bag without RJ. But I think they kind of took their foot off the gas a bit because they probably started looking forward to these 3 days off. So, they let them back in, man. So, you got to give Toronto credit, man. They played hard, man. You got to give it to them. The league is tough. And I thought that's what I saw from the Knicks. They kind of let their foot off the gas a bit. But when you got big-time players, man, you got big-time shot makers, that's what happens, right? So Captain was able to pull them out. They got 2 in a row now after losing that one to the Lakers, and they get 3 days off to get ready for Boston to get back. Eddie Kofi says, without RJ, we should have sent them away early. Yo, you know what, Eddie Kofi, we did. We had them away early, man. We just kind of let our foot off the gas, man. We had them up by 23, man. We were smacking these boys around, man. It was easy work. But in this league, man, you gotta put a team away, man. You can't let them linger around, especially when you're playing away. Knicks 100 James said, bro, come on, man. Toronto's right around the corner. Come on, man. They're not tired. They're not tired, huh? Have you ever taken a red eye before? I've taken a couple of them. Have you ever taken a red eye before? Knicks 100 Jim. I just like to ask questions. Have you ever taken a red eye before after you didn't work the whole day? And now you got to take a red eye. I just like to ask questions. And did you feel rejuvenated after you were done with that red eye, or were you tired? Oh, I'm sorry. And then you got to play a full game after that. On a back-to-back. Look at Knicks 100 James said, don't add words, man. I got you, man. I got you. Say no more. Eddie Kobe says, Huck's confidence is growing. Good minutes for him. Yo, listen, man. Listen, Eddie, we've been calling for this. We've been calling for this for months. Back when he first started, and we were saying, yo, Sims is finished. I said it when I first saw the kid. I said, yo, Sims is done. This kid is better than Sims. He needs to be playing. Then he played well for like 2 games, 3 games, and we didn't see him again. I don't know. He disappeared into the Tibbs abyss. I don't know what happened to the kid. And then out the blue, he pops up again, and he's playing well. I'm like, yo, we knew this already. He got lost in the Tibbs abyss, man. I don't know. Knicks 100 James said, come on, man. That's why they get paid millions. Yeah, man. They get paid millions, right? But last I remember, right? Once again, I like to ask questions. I don't jump out the gun. Last I remember, they're still human beings, right? So they still get tired, man. Red eyes are no joke. You didn't answer my question. Have you ever taken a red eye? After you've worked the whole day, they say, now hop on a plane and fly here. You don't think you're tired? Even with the money in the bank. I had bread in the bank. I had money in the bank when they said hop on a plane. I was still tired, man. I was still tired. I didn't even want to eat. That's how tired I was. I didn't want to eat. I didn't play 40 minutes a night in front of the Garden crowd in a rock fight with these dudes or bar fight, like I said earlier. And then they say, yo, man, pack it up, man. We're about to fly to Toronto, man. Just hop on a plane. I'm like, yo, my man, I don't feel like hopping on a plane right now. Dogs, I want to go home. But you can't. It's tough, man. It's not easy. This Grover says, Tibbs excommunicated them boys because he had a high scene. Yo, word up, he did excommunicate him. Where he sent them? Yo, he sent them to a black site, B. That's where he sent them. He sends them to the black sites. You never see them dudes ever again. Out the blue, they pop up. You're like, Tibbs, where was he at? Tibbs don't know. Tibbs like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, yo, Tibbs, man, you got to talk English. So I don't know. Gravity says, Huck would have been playing all these games. He would have gotten even better by now. Gravity, I've been saying that. I'm glad you said that, sir. I've been saying that. The best experience is experience. You got to go out there. You got to play. That's the only way you're going to get better. That's what I'm saying. The ill thing is that this kid has been doing this since we've seen him. So I have no idea why he did not play. It's not like we didn't need a big, because we did need a big. Mitch has been hurt. So I have no idea why this kid has not been playing. None. It makes no sense to me. This Grover says little bro thinks having 40 million. Yo, word out, man. That's how it is. That's how it is. Knicks 100 Chip says, bro, you also don't take flights every other night. You're right. But a red eye is still a red eye, man. A red eye is still a red eye, especially after you've worked a long day. It's tough, man. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Come on, man. Eddie Kofi says, how do we protect the three-point line on Saturday against Boston? Who we gonna put on Tatum? I know that's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. OG Anunoby, man. That's big. That's big because now that was the importance of him and Bridges, right? Wing stop, right? These wings. Now it's gonna be a problem. So now what you're gonna probably have to do, it's gonna be tough, man, because whoever you put Bridges on, you're gonna probably have to put Bridges on him. But he's big. Remember, Tatum's like damn near 6'10", man. He's big. And you have to put pressures on Brown. But Brown is tough too, man. He's a tough check. So this is where we're going to miss OG Anunoby the most. This is where we're going to miss him. Knicks 100 Jim says, Akaporti's going to be real good. Agreed, sir. Agreed. He's definitely going to be good. Agree with that. I agree with you. That's why we feel like he should have been playing. But, you know, Tibbs had him at the black site, man, doing a whole bunch of nonsense. I don't know, but he should have been playing. But once again, it's not hard to be a real center in this system with Tibbs. I'm glad you said that. Oh, man, I'm so glad you said that. You said, but once again, it's not hard to be a real center in this system with Tibbs. If that's the case, why wasn't Tibbs playing them? If it's not that hard, why wasn't Tibbs playing him? And he knows we need a backup big. Why? Eddie Kofi says Saturday's the test game for us. Agreed, man. It's that get back. It's that get back. Big Taz says, but OG is day to day, so he might play Saturday. I don't know, man. I don't think he plays Big Taz. I think he's out for a couple of weeks, Big Taz. I think he's out for a couple of weeks. I don't think he's coming back. He's going to probably come back maybe after the All-Star break. Honestly, probably like mid-March. Or maybe at the end of March. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I'm telling you. This is vintage him, and this is what he does. This Grover says, yo, I want to give a shout out to him, Kel Bridges, though. What? My man's ankle bent 90 degrees 24 hours ago, and he's still hooping. Yo, that boy cold, man, ain't he? He cold with it. But yo, he's built like Durant, man. That how Durant is built and how Bridges is built is how a basketball player should be built. Because them dudes can play all day. They can run all day, man. They never get tired. It's like they're wiry strong. You know what I'm saying? But them dudes, they can play all day, man. They never get tired. Never get tired. Hey, man, let's have some tips, man. Let's have some tips. Big night for them boys.
Win in the end, that's the bottom line. So I knew it would be a challenge. They've been playing really well. They're a fast-paced team. I thought we played really well in the first half, had the big lead. And then, we probably didn't have the same intensity defensively to start the third. And they caught us with some threes, made up some ground quickly. And then we did what we had to at the end.
Obviously, kind of effort plays have been an emphasis for you, and you guys had a ton of second chance points in the first half. How important is that to the end result?
I thought that was the difference in the game. I thought, Cat, all the offensive rebounding, it's huge. You need easy baskets. So whether they come in transition, we got bogged down for a while. Then and we missed some shots. Then they caught us going the other way. So I think the rebounding probably the difference in the game.
About the contribution from Huck Bordy, especially some defensive possessions on Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, and again, like most young guys, there's some good, some bad. Just keep getting better every day. That's the important thing. The size is a factor. The rebounding has got to be like at the end. We got to make sure we got bodies on guys.
The clutch gene, Paul Pierce, he's talking about isn't a real thing, scientifically. But does Jalen have that kind of mentality? Does this make any sense to you? What I'm asking. You're smiling at me.
Yeah, it's interesting. That debate is very interesting to me, and I'm surprised that you're sitting in that lane. So, but I think confidence comes from your preparation and his ability to get to the spots on the floor that he wants to get to. He's not relying on strictly athleticism, although he's more athletic than people realize. He's stronger than people realize. But he changes speeds extremely well, and he's got a great base. So when he takes a shot, his balance is terrific. So he can get to the spots that he wants to get to. He's not afraid. I think that's probably the biggest thing. But I think the confidence is a byproduct of his work. I do. Yeah.
Coach, Mikel Bridges, today he was doubtful, but play again and play great. It's like the streak of keep playing and not getting injured, is still ongoing, which is something impressive. Like in this era, that some people question the regular season lengthy and the load management and stuff. From what are you seeing in his day to day? What is the secret behind this kind of thing?
His work. And I was just mentioning the thing about Jalen, and the same could be said for Mikhail. And when you watch him work every day, you're not surprised. I think he prepares himself as well as anyone in the league. And the work that he puts in every day, I think he builds his body up to withstand the things that he wants it to do, and I think that's a big key to this. So he sort of has an old school mentality, but he's a phenomenal worker. He's got great durability, and he plays at a high level because his game is it's defense, it's getting around screens, it's running the floor, it's moving without the ball, it's running pick and roll, it's running catch and shoot. He does everything extremely well.
In this, just to follow up the question, in this work ethic, obviously, to be great, you have to have a great work ethic. But in his work ethic, is there anything that especially stands out to you?
I think watching him when we first got him, and the work that he puts in year round. So I think in the summer, and the amount of time he spends in the gym, not only working on the floor, but working on his body, I'm not surprised that he's got the streak that he does, because it's what he puts into it.
Tip said a lot of great things there. Of course, he talked about the captain, and he talked about Mikal Bridges. Of course, he talked about Akaporte. The magic is in the work, man. He talks about those guys working, man, and why they're able to do what they do. He talked about Brunson, why he's able to do what he does, man, because he prepares the preparation so he understands. And like Brunson has, right? I'm going to get one of them shirts, too. He says the magic is in the work, man. So you see the same thing. He talked about Bridges, right? Why is he able to do what he does and play as long as he does? Because, he works on his body, man. He works on his body, right? It's the same thing that's going on, right, with the whole Luka thing, right? They're saying that they trade him because what? He's overweight. He has issues, right? He's 270 pounds. He likes cheeseburgers. He's just like Zion. Can't play no defense. So they got rid of him. Now he's going to be around a guy Based on the reports, LeBron spends $1.5 or $2 million on his body. So maybe Luka can learn from the king, man. Because the magic's in the work, man. It's not just about, just scoring points, man, and lighting things up. It ain't just about that. It's about the work you put in when nobody's watching. When nobody's watching. And so it's not by surprise to the coach that Brunson is able to hit big shots like that. It's not by accident, man. It's not by accident. I said this yesterday. That's why the guy can fill it up the way he does, man, because the magic is in the work. Bridges can play the way he does and bounce back, and then his body is in great shape because the magic is in the work. Same thing with Josh Hart. All those guys. So you got to love it, man. You got to love what these guys are doing. You got to love what we're playing, man. We're number 3 still in the East. Oh, man, the record is amazing. 34-17, 16-8 on the road. Team is rolling, man. Playing really, really well. And also, too, guys, remember, we lost against the Lakers. Great bounce back. 2 good wins against a solid team in the West. And then, a mediocre team, kind of like a bottom-tier team tonight. But still an NBA team, still able to get those W's. And that's a beautiful thing for this team, man. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. Eddie Covey said Cat must avoid early fouls on Saturday. Agreed, man. Agreed, because he's going against Porzingis. Porzingis is going to give him problems, man. He's got to stay out of foul trouble, man. He's got to. Oh, look at the Knicks 100 GM. Here we go. Our offense looks like trash. He said trash, everybody. Look, trash. We got the number 2 best offense in the league, but here you go. It's been looking like trash since Sims hasn't been playing. We have the number 2 best offense in the league, and we've been looking like trash because Sims isn't out there. I see, once again, I like to ask questions. I like to do that. Cat can't keep up with Porzingis. Porzingis is tough, man. But can Porzingis keep up with Cat? That's the key. Listen, man, it's going to be a great test. It's going to be a great test. It really, truly is, man. So we got to see exactly how them boys look, man. So it's going to be extremely, extremely exciting. All right, but listen, guys, let me get up out of here. Listen, it's a great game for them boys, 121-115. That's my show. I will be back for Saturday. To wrap up the game with Boston and talk about that get back. That's all I'm focused on, is getting that get back Saturday. Hopefully we'll see OG Anunoby, but I truly doubt it. Let's not get too excited. But maybe we might have a Mitch sighting. Maybe. So let's get ready for that. But listen, guys, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. But also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, if you're watching this on replay gang, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. And also, too, please subscribe. All right, listen, people, I'm out of here. I will be back Saturday, so please come through. Big one from the boys tonight, 121-115. The Big Cat, 27 points, 20 boards. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.